Estevanico, cities of gold, cities of gold. Y'all want to have like a Cities of Gold marathon and just watch a gang of episodes of Cities of Gold and just kind of break it down but kind of let it flow at the same time and dig on some drop? Maybe read a little chapter out of Lost Tribes and Promised Lands, Estevanico's Revenge. Love to AD. You already know. Love to the tribe. Pow wow. Let go.
It is the 16th century. From all over Europe, great ships sail west to conquer the New World, the Americas. The men eager to seek their fortune, to find new adventures in new lands. They long to cross uncharted seas and discover unknown countries, to find secret gold on a mountain trail high in the Andes. They dream of following the path of the setting sun that leads to El Dorado and the mysterious cities of gold.
Children of the sun, see your time has just begun. Searching for your ways through adventures every day and night. With the condor in flight, with all your friends in tow, you search for the cities of gold. Wishing for the cities of gold. Someday we will find the cities of gold. Choo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Cities of gold. Cities of gold.
Someday we will find
The cities of gold. Let go.
A ray of sunlight leads Esteban and his friends to the statue of the earth goddess, Pachamama. The story said when Pachamama takes the sun in her arms, the gates to the cities of gold will open. And so they do. They discover the first city of gold and a great bird made out of solid gold.
No, be quiet. This gold is mine. Nobody else can have it.
Believe me, the gold belongs to me.
What is that?
I stopped. I was really scared.
The earth quakes is a sign of Pachamama's anger. What?
You don't expect us to believe in all those silly superstitions like those Urubu giants with their nonsense.
You may think they're just savages, but they have their own way of living and their own beliefs. For them, making sacrifices to the gods is right.
All those stupid legends, their medicine men make up all those stories.
It's nothing but nonsense.
It means nothing to me. I'll have nothing at all to do with that. All that matters to me now is how to get this gold back to Spain.
When this big golden bird showed up, it was sure. We were all dreaming, but no. He's really here, and he's enormous.
Enormous.
Right.
You think this is play? Or did they find an enormous bird made out of pure gold? Just like they found that ship Solaris? Do you think it's play? Or do you understand and comprehend the high-tech nature of your civilization that they found here? And all these elements and aspects. Now watch and see what this gold do. Let's see what it's hitting for.
How will we get it back home?
Oh, we aren't in any hurry to do that yet. Besides, figuring it out will help us pass the time. Esteban, will you please keep quiet? Don't you know that every time you open your mouth, you say something that spoils our dreams?
Well, I wonder how the golden condor appeared right in the middle of that white light. Something strange is going on here.
That's true. This place is full of mysteries.
I'm sorry.
Maybe there is some secret hidden below the temple. We must find out what it is. Pedro, Sancho, come along with me. There should be a passage somewhere underneath the temple. We're going to look for it.
Right.
Every time you open your mouth, we get the problems.
You're not nice.
Esteban, whatever you do, don't lose that emblem of the sun you took from me yesterday. We might still need it.
And you are forbidden to run away with our gold bird. It belongs to us and only to us.
How can we carry that thing off? It's enormous.
I wonder where the people who built this wonderful bird have gone.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't the Indians.
Huh?
But don't forget, there was once a very advanced civilization somewhere around here.
What civilization, Tao?
The Empire of Hiva.
I don't follow you. What Caracas said was that the cities of gold were built by the ancestors of the Incas, remember?
Sure, but maybe the ancestors of the Incas came from the Empire of Hiva.
Maybe the ancestors of the Incas came from Hiva now. You know what I mean? If you got that last drop, I am giving out 10, I'm going to say it again, 10 of the new joints I'm working on, man, the No Hijacks Allowed shirts. Just doing a giveaway. And I said you got to answer 3 questions. I said you got to be signed up to Drop VIP, so just click that link, sign up for free, you know what I mean? Click that link below. And once you sign up, man, it's all good, man. Just answer these 10 questions, man, or these 3 questions. You can answer it right here. You can email me music@432thedrop.com. I said, now they just gave it away, and nobody got it right yet. I said, what's the name of Tao's home turf? A lot of people said City of Gold. His home turf, he just said it, man. He just said it, man. All right, and then I said, what's the first original name of Khazaria, in Turkey, which became the Constantinople. We're talking about the Byzantine, all that. What's the original name? A lot of people said Russia or something like that. Come on, man, such and such, the founder. We're talking about the Mexica. Come on, man. What's the name of the original spot before it was Khazaria? So, yeah, and then I say with Prester John, I say, how many times did Prester John take a bath in the Fountain of Youth? And a few people got that right. So, what's Tao's home turf? What's the original name of this Khazaria spot? All right, and how many times did Prester John take a bath in the fountain, man? In that living water, turning him back to 32. You surfing the wave, drop that drop, shoot me an email. You know what I mean? And then, I'll show you some love, man. Send you a shirt. And that's just how we do it, man. That's just how we rocking, man. Getting these vibration slogans out. Love to y'all. And yeah, he just gave you the drop on his home turf. Now, do you think it's play? He said the Indians didn't do it. So what Indians is he talking about? He's talking about the original people that were building here. He's not talking about the so-called Indian. He just gave you the drop, and I'll let you hear it again. Question number 1.
The Empire of Hiva.
I don't follow you. What Caracas said was that the cities of gold were built by the ancestors of the Incas, remember?
Sure, but maybe the ancestors of the Incas came from the Empire of Hiva.
Really? Huh?
All the same, that worries me a bit. After all, I'm a descendant of the Hiva people. We have
Oh, a kipu! A message string.
Bring it down to us, Cocopetal. We can't get it out of the bird's beak.
I'll go up. It's a dangerous climb. Don't worry. Be careful, Esteban. Oh, there's nothing to it.
Maybe, but you're very high up and you could slip. You see, I warned you.
Esteban! Esteban, hold on, Esteban!
Esteban! Esteban! You haven't hurt yourself, have you?
I think I'm still alive.
Then what's wrong?
All those things, where are they?
It looks like the controls of the Solaris, my solar ship.
So there's a magic ship built like a bird, made of pure gold, that they found here in the 16th century.
I've got it. It's a kind of carriage float that the Incas used on feast days. They filled it with sweets for the children. It was loaded with candy.
You're talking rubbish.
Why? What do you think it is?
In case you forgot, we came here to get the Kipu. Let's do it.
Loaded with candy. Sounds like the piñatas, right?
Tao! Where are you? Answer me! Tao, say something! Oh! Tao, are you alright?
Esteban, quick, help me!
What's wrong?
Everything's wrong! Come closer, you're too far away, closer!
I'm trying! I don't think I can.
Of course you can, you'll see.
Come on! Hurry now!
Looks as if I got here just in time.
Did you hurt yourself?
No, nothing's broken. And it's all thanks to Mendoza. Look, I have it! Here, Zia.
What have you got there, Kipu?
It was hanging from the gold condor's beak. I'll tell you what the Kipu says. A great danger will threaten the city. All the people have run away to the land of the Mayas. A great danger?
Why does the Kipu say that?
It doesn't say exactly that. It says in the time of danger, the condor is supposed to help them. Help them?
This is becoming more and more mysterious. How could it help them? They're all gone.
Mendoza!
Well, there you are, you two. Did you find that underground passage?
There's something funny going on.
Inside the CCC secret passage, we heard a noise.
Well, then there is a secret passage.
They just around here exploring stuff. Abandoned because of the war as they brought on to you, the disease that they brought on to you, the sorcery. And now they're going through these abandoned cities. 7 cities. Shimbola.
Not getting any cooler.
It smells like the Valley of the Dead.
What's that like?
The sound gets louder and louder the further we go.
Follow me carefully. What in the world is that?
Volcano?
It's molten lava. We're right inside the crater of a volcano. can't stay here. It will erupt at any moment.
So that's the great danger to the city. I'm sure it's not the first time this volcano has erupted. That's why they've all...
We must get away. This way.
Every single temple they go into falls. Everything gets destroyed that they touch.
We're safe.
Oh, that was a close thing.
Watch out! It could be even more dangerous to stay here. Now that the crater is sealed, the eruption will make an even bigger explosion.
That's true. Not very nice of you to scare us like that.
Well, it's true. It's all in the ancient book of the Hiva people. In fact, that's just how the Hiva Empire came to an end, destroyed by an underground explosion.
Underground bomb.
Pedro, are you mad? Where are you going?
I'm going back for my big gold bird.
Come back here and take cover. Or do you want to risk your life for a golden bird?
Oh, that's the kind of offer I can't refuse.
Did you hear that? Kookaburra says the giants are coming.
How? Over there, look. It's the Urubus.
I thought they were supposed to be afraid of this mountain.
They're angry because we came here. It's their holy place. They've come to kill us.
So those are the giants. Look at them. So they had giants here then. They were calling them giants. This is all going on in the 1500s, people. There was still people that they was calling giants. The giants are coming. Giants and birds made out of gold. I ain't gonna give it away. I ain't gonna give it away. Let go.
We can't stay here. We have to go back to the city.
Just a minute, Mendoza. If we go back, they're sort of going to kill us.
Hurry up and get under cover.
Look out, Mendoza!
Look out! Hurry, everyone! Look out!
Get a move on. It's going to close. Stand up. You all right, Pedro?
I think so.
Pachamama is angry!
The goddess will strike us dead.
One inch further, and we'd have all fallen in.
Follow me. We can shelter inside the temple.
At last, we're safe at last.
Don't be too.
Look, it's the emblem.
how slowly it moves its head.
High tech.
Its eyes shine like the sun.
Don't talk such nonsense. It's not moving at all. The earthquake's shaking it.
No, it's true. I saw its eyes shining.
Are you quite sure?
You can see the sun through that opening.
It reminds me of when we found that solar ship.
Solar ship. Solar bird. Solar ship.
We must move fast.
You're right. Come on, Zia.
Yes, it is like the Solaris. Just trust the people of Hiva.
Wait, careful, Zia! Mendoza!
I don't see that we have any choice just now. All we can do is trust them. Go on, quickly!
So they're saying they gotta trust the ancient people of Hiva, not the Indians. The Indians didn't build this. That's what Tao said. So he said his people built it. Alright, so we're trusting them. We're trusting this technology. Is it play?
Hurry, the whole place is about to fall in. Hurry, there's no time.
Oh, Lord, help your poor son, Negro, who could use a little help from you just now.
Never mind him. Help poor Sancho.
Isn't there some way to control this thing?
Everything is stuck fast. I can't do a thing. What about you?
It's a mystery to me. The controls don't work like the ones in the Solaris.
Tom, look, the emblem of the sun.
Maybe if we place the other emblem on top of this one, it might do something. It's worth a try. What do you think, Esteban?
It's the same shape as the one in the temple.
Esteban, come on. Any idea is a good one just now. We've got to do something.
Whatever you do it now.
High-tech Negroes. So what are we talking about? Like Atlantis technology, Lemuria technology, Mu technology, who they're calling Hiva technology. But it's already here, and this is all the stuff they're finding in these temples. Warp speed, the first Star Trek. compare this with the USS Enterprise. Made out of pure gold, man. Made out of pure gold, man. Powered by the sun energy, man. We try to have solar panels, and solar power. This is a whole nother level of using your environment.
I'm dreaming. Mendoza, is this really happening?
You're not dreaming, Pedro. We are flying.
Hey, Sancho, not feeling so good? Wake up.
Pitch me to see if I'm awake.
Right.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Man, they've never flown before. They've only been in boats.
This is super! Fantastic, isn't it, Zia? Yes!
It's fantabulous. How do you like it, Coca Petal?
No bird can fly so high, it scares me stiff.
The great golden condor with Esteban and his friends on board is flying them westward, following the sun. When the sun sets, the condor lands. But then the Spanish army, led by Pizarro, goes into action.
Oh, damn.
Make sure you watch the next episode of The Mysterious Cities of Gold.
South America is immense, 75 times as big as Britain. We're used to our own countryside with its fields and woods and motorways, but this is a very strange and different place. From the air, you get some idea of how different and how extraordinary it is.
These temples. These are the temples that they're going in, finding this tech, man. South America, man. Mexica, man.
All over the place, strange ruins are found, standing alone, entirely surrounded by a sea of jungle. I wonder how many more there may be lost and hidden in the deep jungle. Before the days of the aeroplane, it was almost impossible to make a map of the whole continent. These magnificent waterfalls were first discovered when a...
Now, these waterfalls are coming out of this mountain, which is a tree. Just like Mount Roraima, the source of the Orinoco and the Amazon. Enormous giant trees flowing with water, man. Water flowing out, creating these rivers.
plane flew over them. There are so many places it would be impossible to see except for...
Look at that. This is a tree stump with water flowing out of it, just like Mount Roraima, South America. So this might be Mount Roraima. Y'all check that out again, man. We're going to go back into that. Even the indigenous people there, they call it the Piedmont Indians, called it a giant, giant magic tree stump or something like that. So even their people, the indigenous folks was calling this a tree stump. So we are not surfing any unfamiliar wave here. But look at all the water flowing out of this tree.
From the air.
All that water flowing out the tree. See how that's flat on top? Like it was just cut off? That's not natural to just be flat on top. It was cut down, your giant trees.
All over the continent, there are fascinating ruins of early civilizations which are still being studied and written about by archaeologists. New discoveries about the people who first built these great temples are being made all the time. We still have a lot to learn about.
This is the old world.
There are few roads that lead into the jungle, and these aren't always passable, and it is in the heart of the jungle that many of the ancient temples still lie hidden. When people from Europe first saw this vast continent with its jungles and enormous rivers, some of them miles wide, they were often afraid. It was a desire for power and riches that encouraged them to search for some safe place to land, where they could attack the Indian settlements.
Safe place to land where they could attack the Indian settlements. Their desire for power and riches.
All over the continent, there are fascinating ruins of early civilizations which are still being studied and written about by archaeologists. New discoveries about the people who first built these great temples are being made all the time. We still have a lot to learn about them. There are few roads that lead into the jungle, and these aren't always passable, and it is in the heart of the jungle that many of the ancient temples still lie hidden. When people from Europe first saw this vast continent with its jungles and enormous rivers, some of them miles wide, they were often afraid. It was a desire for power and riches that encouraged them to search for some safe place to land, where they could attack the Indian settlements.
Attack.
Many of the great buildings of the past have been ruined by the forces of nature, storm or tempest or volcanic eruption. But many marvelous temples were plundered by European adventurers searching for gold, and yet more gold.
Plundered. Attack. Papal Bull, 1452.
Till next time.
Alright, man. Shit. Yeah, man. Alright, man. So I'm going to set us up. You know, we're going to catch one more at least. We're going to do a little catch up, man. So we, you know, comprende Espanol about what happened, man, with Esteban's revenge. Estebanico's revenge. Alright, cool, man. So we all set up. You already know. Now again, you know, quick little recap. Estebanico, 1500s, 1539. One of the first native Africans to reach the present-day continental United States. So they're calling him an African. They're saying that he was a Moor from Morocco, from Azimor, Morocco. Also known as Esteban. So I know they showed a little white kid, but no, he was a Moor. So we're talking about melanated, you know what I'm saying? What you would consider melanated family, right? Except he rode up on you. He was used to pacify you. And he was killed in Hawiku, in Zuni Cibola, Shimbola, Calelus, New Mexico, because he was bringing in weapons of death, trying to hijack them. Now, Estebanico, Esteban the Moor, Mustafa Zinmori, enslaved as a youth by the Portuguese, he was sold to the Spanish noblemen and taken in 1527 on the Spanish Narvaez expedition to establish a colony in Florida. He was one of 4 survivors among 300 men who explored the peninsula. By the late 1528, the group had been reduced to 80 men who survived being washed ashore at Galveston Island after an effort to sail across the Gulf of Mexico. He traveled for 8 years with Alvar Núñez Cabeza de Vaca, Andrés Dorantes de Correnza, and Alfonso de Castillo Maldonado across North Spain, present-day U.S. Southwest, and northern Mexico. Alright, so northern Mexico, reaching Spanish forces in Mexico City, 1536. Later, Estevanico served as the main guide, so he was the guide to pacify. So they said, man, yeah, you're melanated, so they might accept you more. More from Azemor, Morocco. Later, Estevanico served as the main guide, setup artist for a return expedition to the southwest. Spaniards believed that he was killed in the Zuni city of Hawiku in 1539. That's only speculative, however, because the two Indians who reported back to Friar Marcos de Niza did not see him killed, but only assumed he had been. He is considered a discoverer of New Mexico. Of course, how can you discover something when people are already there? Already there. All right. Estevanico was sold into slavery in 1522 in the Portuguese-controlled Berber town Azemor on Morocco's Atlantic coast. Some contemporary accounts refer to him as an Arabized black. So he was an Arabized black? Islam? Or more. A generic term often used for anyone from North Africa. Diego de Guzman, a contemporary of Estevanico, who saw him in Sinaloa in 1536, describes his skin as brown. So they're breaking him all the way down. So they describe his skin as brown. He was raised as Muslim, but because Spain did not allow non-Catholics to travel to the New World, some historians believe he converted to Roman Catholicism so he can travel. Not because he felt that way, but to get a pass on the ship. Though these claims remain dubious, he was sold to Andres Dorantes de Carranza, a Spanish nobleman. Dorantes took Estevanico as his slave on a Panfilo de Narvaez expedition 1527 to colonize Florida. So this melanated brother was taken with this, Dorantes to colonize Florida in 1527. Get the picture? Why would they take this brother to help them colonize if they weren't already rocking like that with their treaties? Many books claim Estevanico became the first black person from Africa to have landed in the present continental U.S. Well, if we dare to surf what that possibly could mean, to be the first black from Africa, and is he saying that that's when this, that was the beginning of this influx of this, civil war that was going to go down up into the 1776s, that then became an influx of another melanated tribe? Or were they already rocking like Horace Butler says that Lot already had a lot, that Moab already had a lot? In this case, are we saying that this was Moab, or are we saying that this was a so-called African from Morocco and Moab was already here? Which one? You know what I mean? So, we're digging on a lot of different things and we're putting it all together. Now, okay, first black person from Africa, not first black person here. So-called copper color race found here. We're not talking that copper color race. We're talking about another person described as brown from Morocco in so-called Africa, known to have landed in the present continental United States. But he wasn't the first. Okay, so Juan Garrido, a free African from Angola, was in Florida as early as 1513 with Ponce de Leon. So they were bringing them here, using them the same capacity after failed efforts to locate villages with gold near present-day Tampa Bay. So you're looking all throughout Tampa Bay, and numerous attacks by Native Americans. The diminishing party slaughtered their horses, melting down metals, and making 5 boats to try to sail across the Gulf of Mexico to reach this main Spanish settlement. The boats wrecked off the coast of Texas, and 80 men started overland. At times, survivors were enslaved by Native Americans. Eventually, only Estevanico, Dorantes de Vaca, and Castillo remained alive. So only 4 of them remained alive. The 4 spent years enslaved on the Texas Gulf Islands. 1534, they escaped into the American interior, contacting other Native American tribes along the way as they moved west into the southwest, and that's when we had picked up this doc here that we might get more into again, the next part of this series here. But we got that up in the library for you. The Journey of Coronado, 1540 to 1542. So this is what they're picking up right here. So we got the source docs backing up, what this particular joint is kicking. So this is 1540. This is going to break down all the Esteban, all the travels all throughout the city of Mexico to the Grand Canyon of the Colorado and the Buffalo Plains of Texas. Remember, we said the Texas Gulf Islands, Kansas, and Nebraska. All right, so I'll leave that link. You can dig on it. So 1534, they escaped the American interior, contacting other Native American tribes along the way as they moved west into the southwest. The acts of all 4 as faith healers appeared to have helped them with the Indians, who told them about rich native cities in the north. The party traversed the continent as far as western Mexico into the Sonoran Desert to the region of Sonora and New Spain, or present-day Mexico, where they were found by a slave-hunting group of Spaniards. In Mexico City, the 4 survivors told stories of wealthy indigenous tribes to the north, which created a stir among Spaniards in Mexico. So now they're pointing north to the 4 corners. When the 3 Spaniards declined to lead an expedition, Estevanico was sold or given to Antonio de Mendoza. Alright, so by this time he's a grown-ass man. He's not a little-ass kid with Mendoza like they're doing in the cartoon. He's a grown-ass man. Because he was killed in 1939, and he just connected with Mendoza after 1934. So he was in his 20s at least when he was sold or given to Antonio Mendoza, the Viceroy of New Spain. So now we got this Mendoza character. So that's why I like this, so we can see who these characters really are. He used Estevanico as a guide in expeditions to the north here. So here we go. In 1539, Estevanico was one of 4 men who accompanied Friar Marcos de Niza as a guide in search of the fabled 7 cities of gold, Cibola, Shimbala. All this is in Utah. Now they're calling all these other things, right? New Mexico, Colorado, all that is Utah. Preceding Coronado by a year, Estevanico traveled ahead of the main party with a group of Sonoran Indians. He was instructed to communicate by sending back crosses to the main party with the size of the cross equal to the wealth discovered. Nice, these crosses popping up. And this was just a sign that they were sending back to show the size of the wealth that they were finding. One day, a cross arrived that was as tall as a person, causing de Niza to step up his pace to join the scouts. Estevanico had entered the Zuni. Remember, we connected the Zuni with Zebulon, or Graham Hancock connected that village of Hawiku in present-day Mexico, New Mexico. He had sent a gourd. The Zuni reportedly killed him and expelled the Mexican Indians with him from the village. This Zuni, again, was connected to the tribe of Zebulon. After seeing this, de Niza quickly returned to New Spain. Some historians suggest the Zuni did not believe Estevanico's story that he represented a party of whites. So here's this brother coming in saying, I represent all these white people, and that he's representing them, and that he's a slave to them, because to them, it's always been the other way around, if anything. Like, how can you be a slave to these people? How can you represent a party of whites? And that he was killed for demanding turquoise. All right. Roberts write that still others suggest that Esteban, who was black and wore feathers and rattles, may have looked like a wizard to the Zuni, but theories are speculation. Juan Francisco Mora suggested in 2002 that the Zunis did not kill Estevanico and that he and his friends among the Indians faked his death so he could gain freedom from slavery. Some folklore legends say that the Kashina figure, Chakwana, is based on Estevanico. Alright, so you see other names for Estevanico down here. Mustafa Zimori, Black Stephen, Esteban the Moor, Estebanico, Stephen the Black, Stephen the Moor, Stephen Dorantes. Remember, he was sold to Dorantes. Esteban de Dorantes, after his owner, Andres Dorantes. And Little Stephen, the names Estevanico and Estebanico are diminutive of his actual Spanish name of Esteban, the diminutive being how Spaniards refer to a child affectionately or to a slave condescendingly. Alright, and then we have this Chakwana figure. Chakwana is a Kachina, which appears in Hopi, Zuni, and Karisan ceremonies, but does not appear in Tewa ceremonies, although imagery of the Kachina is varied. It usually depicts as an ogre with ferocious teeth and black goatee and a black mask with yellow eyes. So it looks like some demon witch thing, right? And he's depicted as this demon witch type of thing. Remember his healing, he's talking about his healing. When he goes up into a holy city talking about all of his healing and whatever powers, you know what I mean? It didn't go too far. Unless he made some type of deal with him to fake his death. I wasn't there. I don't know. It is often claimed that Chakwana is a ceremonial representation of Estevanico, a Moroccan-born slave who led the first Spanish party to the Pueblo or First People tribes as a scout for the expedition of Fray Marcos de Niza. Early anthropologist Frederick J. Doxnander asserted that the legendary sources linked to Chakwana to contact with Estevanico. However, the linkage is not clear, and the Kachina may actually predate contact with the Spanish. In addition, although usually black, there are white or albino Chakwana representations. All right. We got a little bit of Chakwana. We got some of this Estevanico. You know what I mean? You said he was bringing in weapons of death. All right, quick, man. Love to the fam, man. Love to the fam, man, who's over there digging up some drop. You was talking about this Prester John drop. Leo, my family, Leo. He love Totu. I don't know how to say that. But my man Leo. So he was just talking about the different crosses and that he labeled this one under the Andrews. So we're talking about the Rus cross / mark. We're talking about a cross. It's just a mark. It's just a sign like the letter tau. The letter tau of the Hebrew alphabet is a cross. The letter tau. Remember the Andrews cross that looked more like this on the shield. So he's standing under these, particular depictions of what he's calling the Andrews cross. There's also the swastika joint. You remember how that had its roots in, India, and these are the Indias and all this stuff. So these are all sacred vibration that was hijacked. And you see them all kind of lined up and linked together. It's very interesting, man. Love to my bro Leo, man. We're surfing the wave and, providing the family this drop, man. Get up in the library, man. We're going to get in this Lost Tribes and Promised Lands right quick, man. And you got much more drop to you, man. And we got so many more links coming up that I wish that I can link right away. But we will be linking it all together for you. And something, just next level. We're just stepping up to the next level, man. So we appreciate everyone. And we got our resources up. We got our resources up to keep building. And it won't be much longer before we step into a whole nother dimension. So keep vibing with us, man. And just enjoy the process. Don't ever feel like you got to catch too much too fast, I just like to get it out just to have it out, man. I don't like sitting on anything because I got so much more that I want to get to. So Don't ever feel like you gotta rush it, man. Don't ever feel like you gotta rush it. All our sources are here. All our vibe suites are here. You know what I'm saying? We're still updating those and getting those ready for you, man. Dig on the albums with Isaac, man. Get more information on what is 432, Artist Lounge, Drop Networks, Drop Artist Networks. We're going to revamp all this. We got food truck networks that we started way back in the day that we're connecting to this framework as well, because it's a lot of fun, man, to be able to, you know what I'm saying, just dig on, you know, this dope recipes. You know, Chef Kenny's all about it, man. So restaurants, food trucks, all that kind of stuff, all this is, you know, continuing the vibration, man. And food trucks like to be in 432, you know what I'm saying? We used to shout them out on Twitter, all the locations and stuff like that. And, you know, when we start having our own, you know, swag frequency events, we'll have the, you know, the food trucks, you know, the healthy ones, you know what I mean, to go, you know, go be a part of things, man. So we just look forward to just building with our community, especially our community food trucks, man. You already know. And that's what we got our food truck network for, man, and everything else. So, you know, we'll just continue to do our thing, check out the packages, get the drop tuna on, man, and be in the library, man. You already know. So let's get into this, man. Again, love to AD, man, who, you know, was kicking back. He opened up this Promise, Lost Tribes and Promised Lands, opened up to this chapter, Estebaniko's Revenge. I just want to get a little piece of this, man, see what we're talking about. And then we'll, you know, get back and watch a little more of that. Cities of Gold. Cities of Gold. Yeah. Get cozy. Let's get a little bit of this, man, see what we can do. The collections and tales written in the 14th century by the Infante Don Juan Manuel of Castile. El Conde la Canor contains an early version of the story known to us as the Emperor's New Clothes. The king in this version told nothing by his fearful subjects, finally learns the truth about the state of undress one day when a Negro groom for the king's horse, who had nothing to lose, came up to him and said, "My lord, since there is no chance of your ever taking me for a gentleman, I can speak frankly and tell you that I'm quite sure you are going around naked." This can serve as an epigraph to the real-life 16th century history of Estebanico, the first black to emerge as a full-fledged personality from the pages of American history. Were you taught about this? Our story can take its point of departure from another 14th century work of fiction, that popular and influential compendium of geographical folklore written by a man who probably never left home. You're going to just slander this man. You don't know if he left home or not. The Travels of Sir John Mandeville. So we got a piece of this. And the fact that he gets slandered right away makes me want to go right back to it. Because, you know, that's always kind of a key vibration, you know what I mean? When they try to take away, you know, from it before you even get to read it. So written by a man who probably never left home. Right? Sir John tells us that in part 1 of Prester John's Realm. So look, we're just looking for Estebanico. I told you we about to get back to Prester John, but here he is popping up in this Estebanico chapter. The Travels of Sir John Mandeville. Sir John tells us that in one part of Prester John's Realm. Okay. Prester John's Realm. Okay. In one part of Prester John's Realm there is a fair well and a grate that hath odor and savor of all spices, and at every hour of the day he changeth his odor and his savor diversely. And whoso drinketh 3 times fasting of that water, we're talking about living water, of that well, he is whole of a manner, sickness, of all manner of sickness that he had. So he is free of all sickness by fasting and drinking 3 times. And they that dwell there and drink often of that well, they never have sickness, and they seem always young. Fountain of youth. Once again, we asked, did a black man discover the fountain of youth? And we're only talking Prester John. So keep this image, your last noble image, before everything became whim wham and flim flam. I mean, look at these garments. All right, look at these fringes on the bottom of them. It's beautiful, ain't it? I mean, you see pictures of King David in very similar garment. So Prester John, El Preste Juan, Yan, Juan, Hong Kong, Juan Khan, Prester John, Juan Khan. All right, let's go. I didn't bring you to Prester John. Rudolph Sanders brought you to Prester John. All right, they brought you to Prester John. Prester John brought you to Prester John. Alright, man, it's getting late. I'm drinking my alkaline water and call it a night. Let's get this. Let's get a couple more. See if we have time for another Estevanico. City of Gold. So they always stay young. This seems to be a late medieval variation upon the curvative rock with a water-filled cavity that we have seen in the original Prester John letter of the 12th century, 1100s. But there's a significant new twist in the last phrase, which Sir John develops thus. Some men clept it the well of youth, or called it the well of youth. For they that often drink thereof seem always young like and live without sickness. And men say that that well cometh out of paradise. And therefore, it is so virtuous, just like the Orinoco River flowing out of paradise. This well is coming out of paradise. South America. Ponce de Leon, after landing in Puerto Rico 1512 and finding that its subjugation was not going to be easy, took some time off from the struggle and sailed northward to search for an island of Bimini, which, according to stories told him by the Indians, contained a fountain very like the one Sir John had described. During his journey, he came upon a land that he named La Florida. So this is during his journey he claimed this land of Florida while he was looking for Prester John's fountain of youth. Because he saw it on Easter Sunday. Pascua, Florida in Spanish. Convinced. Easter Sunday is Pascua, Florida? Is that right? All right. Convinced that this was where he would find the fountain of youth, Ponce de Leon returned there in 1521 to continue his search, but was killed by an Indian arrow. He had not discovered the fountain, although he had discovered a place that would once again, centuries hence, be a haven for those who sought its restorative powers against the passing of youth. He also had been the first to open the way to realization that in the north there was not a passageway to the shores of Cathay, nor islands alone, but another continent. Islands may still have provoked visions of idols, and magical fountains to Spanish explorers of the early 16th century, but continents were coming to mean military expeditions in gold even as early as 1519. A captain named Alonso de Pineda, who explored the whole Gulf Coast from Key West to the mouth of the Mississippi, had come back with rumors of great quantities of gold further north. The Spaniards continued hoping the northward, northward extent of the continent would be far less than it actually is, and that they would find around it both a northwest passage to the Indies and a narrow access to the rumored gold fields. Accordingly, Lucas Vasquez de Alien, a colonist who had made his fortune on his Hispaniola, sent out ships the year after Penedus returned to explore the eastern coast of Florida. They returned in 1521, having gotten as far as present-day South Carolina. This and much of the coast, even further north, continued to be regarded by the Spaniards as Florida. So that continued to carry that engulfed the Carolinas. Was Florida was all that, just like Utah engulfed all of the what you would call Colorado and New Mexico. In 1526, Alien sailed in person with another fleet and established a colony at Chesapeake Bay, but neither gold nor the Northwest Passage was anywhere in sight, and when he died soon after landing, his companions wasted no time about returning to Hispaniola. It was in 1528 that Panfilo de Narvaez, whom we know, set out on what was eventually meant to be the Florida version of the conquest of Mexico. Landing in Tampa Bay with a band of some 400 men, including cavalry, he marched northward in pursuit of a fabulous rim of gold called California Gold Rush. By the Indians, historians have often noted the understandable readiness of Indians in those days to locate the most delicious objects of the white man's desires over the most distant possible horizons, with the ineptness that seems to have dogged his career. Narvaez had fully prepared himself for Mexico or Peru. Jerusalem, Mexica, Meshi. Jerusalem. What does Meshi, the Messiah, have to do with the Jerusalem? What does Meshi, the Messiah, have to do with Jerusalem? With respect not only to treasure, but to climate and terrain, but his horses and fully accoutred troops were not much good against the hot, disease-ridden swamps of the Gulf Coast. By the end of the summer, sick, starving, dying, and nowhere near the gold, his men were ready to return, but they had left their ships far behind and were forced to build their own craft. In September, the approximately 250 survivors of the expedition set out in 5 boats that they had built, hoping to get across the Gulf to the province of Panuco in northeastern Mexico, now a Spanish settlement, but they ran into a hurricane and were shipwrecked on a coastal island, probably the site of the modern Galveston. The Spaniards called it Malhada, misfortune. Narvaez and a handful of men had survived, but he and most of the others soon were killed in skirmishes with the Indians and in struggles with the elements. In the long run, only 4 men survived to tell the tale. The most eminent member of this group of 4, and eventually its leader, was Alvar Nunez Cabeza de Vaca, the offspring of 2 distinguished families. His paternal grandfather, Francisco de Vera, had been the conqueror of the Gran Canary in 1483. On his mother's side, he was descended from the semi-legendary figure, a shepherd named Martin Alhaja, who in the summer of 1212 had guided the Spanish armies through a pass he had marked with the skull of a cow, thereby enabling them to win the historical victory of Los Naves de Tolosa, which decisively put an end to Moorish predominance in the Iberian Peninsula. In honor of his role in this, the shepherd was dubbed Cabeza de Vaca, cow's head, and the name remained. The Alvar Nunez of Narvaez expedition to Florida had originally borne his father's family name, but had chosen to carry the rubric of his distinguished maternal ancestor instead. But Cabeza de Vaca was not the only figure of unusual interest. Among the 4 survivors, four of the other 3, only 2 were Christians. The 2 latter were Alonso de Castillo of Salamanca and Andres Dorantes of Bahar del Castanor, a town in Extremadura. The 4th survivor was a Negro known as Esteban or Estevanico, who had been captured by the Spanish ships off the coast of Morocco some years before, and now was Dorantes' personal slave. So he was a personal slave used to pacify you. Estevanico was undoubtedly not the only black slave to have come along on the expedition. Indeed, we know for a fact that when Narvaez had gone to Mexico in 1520, intending to bring Cortez to his knees, a number of black servants had accompanied his army. One of them, Narvaez's personal slave, was later said by chroniclers to have been the man who introduced smallpox into Mexico. So they gave this man smallpox and he introduced it into Mexico. A number of these so-called black servants who accompanied his army. One of them, Narvaez's personal slave, was later said by chroniclers to have been the man who introduced smallpox into Mexico. This can be read either as a racial slander or as a real form of cosmic revenge by the victim against the entire New World scene of his capacity directed against white men and Indians alike, a plague on both their houses. Bernal Diaz tells of another Negro in Narvaez's Mexican expeditionary force, a jester named Gudela, who went over to Cortez's side along with most of the white troops in it. One doubts whether he was rewarded for this jester with his freedom. One does not hear of black slaves in the New World obtaining their freedom without organized society. During this period, the only perceptible quantity of free blacks were runaways, the Cimarroons, Maroons. So because they tended to live in rebel bands in the fastness of mountain tops, Cimas in Spanish, the English word later transform his name into Maroons, Maroons, perhaps grasping at the hint of color that is conveyed to their ears. These bands often were made up not only of blacks but also of Indians, who had run away from Spanish oppression, and the fusion between them was in many cases producing a new race of men, one that was usually troublesome to Spanish rule. So the infusion of these, copper color races found here with these, so-called blacks from Morocco or so-called blacks from so-called Africa. Or you're talking about, later so-called Indian hijacks that were now, mating with these, so-called Africans. So you had the Indian mixed hijack, or you're talking about the copper colored that they called mulatto whenever they mix with these so-called Africans. Alright, so we're just trying to dodge our way through it. And the fusion between them in many cases produced a new race of men, one that was usually troublesome to Spanish rule. At the very time of Estevanico's appearance, the history of Cimarron revolt that had begun in 1519 was still going on in Hispaniola under the leadership of an Indian known as Enriquillo. Perhaps Estevanico, apparently a man of some sophistication, already had ideas of his own about the possibilities of Afro-Indian relationships. Perhaps it even seemed to him that it should be blacks who lead Indians, that it should be blacks who lead the Indians. So he said, man, we can do a better job pacifying these people than the so-called whites. We can lead them, not free them, but lead them. The old world commanding the new. The old world commanding the new. So who's this world new to? It's more like the new world trying to command the old. The concrete, not the abstract, and not the other way around. So he didn't want it to be the other way around. He didn't want the new world commanding the old world, or the world they're finding here to command their world anymore. Indeed, he may already have seen some examples of members of his own race, servants to the whites, assuming positions above Indians in the hierarchy of servitude. So the so-called Africans were receiving positions above the copper color race found here in hierarchy of servitude. Writing only a few letters later, the Spanish judge Alonso de Zorita, one of the few lay officials of New Spain or Mexico to take a sympathetic position towards its natives, described instances of harassment of Indians, so-called Indians, by the black slaves of some of the encomenderos. And I'm going to get, you know what I'm saying, hopefully next time AD brought to my attention again, man, there's the first, there's a few pages that he was able to pull off of that $250,000 book, breaking down how it was more, melanated, folks that was fighting with this so-called white person, you know what I'm saying? For every 1,000 white people, it was, quadruple, you know what I'm saying, 7 times or so, you know what I'm saying, the amount of melanated people fighting along with them, man, with these treaties, man. So they had help, and it was these so-called black African slaves that they were taking, that they were using to pacify us here. Not our Hebrew brothers or our brothers that were going back and forth, but the ones that were already, you know what I'm saying, waging war against this Hebrew, against this seed of Yaakov. Like my man Paco says, Hawako, Hawa to the tribe, Hawa to Paco, Hawa to the family J, Hawa to Hiram, Uno, and Isaac and Nadine, Hawa to all the sisters and the loved ones, man. All the family that's holding us down. Existence to you. Love, man. We had a wonderful power, man. So empowered, man. Powered up. So let's get this last part. Among black slaves at this time, the temptation may have been strong to find emotional compensation for their own conditions by looking upon Indians as greatly inferior. So it's going to help them out by looking down on the people that are being invaded. These, at any rate, are speculations that lead to the mind in light of Estevanico's subsequent career. And we're getting some of that subsequent career. We're getting some of what really went down. So I'll take a pause right here, man. I know we're on page 170. And, we'll keep going as long as we need to, man. I'll praise our Creator. Wah. Alright, and we'll definitely be getting more on this Chronicle of Akakor. Next time we'll do way more, digging. But this time, I just want to make up. I know it's been a little pause between this series, and I know we had some, good stuff to do, man. So I'm going to go right back in, like I said. Let's get this episode 19. Next time I go back and get the ones that we jumped over, man. Belly flopped over, man. But, let's just surf the wave, man. No particular order. We're just going to vibe with it and see what we can pull out. And see if we have time for a little dismount at the end. Let's go.
It is the 16th century. From all over Europe, great ships sail west to conquer the New World, the Americas. The men eager to seek their fortune, to find new adventures in new lands. They long to cross uncharted seas and discover unknown countries, to find secret gold on a mountain trail high in the Andes. They dream of following the path of the setting sun that leads to El Dorado and the mysterious cities of gold.
Children of the sun, see your time has just begun. Searching for your ways through adventures every day and night. With the condor in flight, with all your friends in tow, you search for the cities of gold. Wishing for the cities of gold. Someday we will find the cities of gold. Cities of gold. Cities of gold. Someday we will find
The cities of gold. Come on.
gold, Esteban found a great golden condor. Then a volcano erupted, which shook the mountain and destroyed the city. Sheltering inside the body of the condor, they try to make its mechanism work using the medallion of the sun. Suddenly, the giant bird spreads its wings and takes flight.
Superb. A stroke of genius, a machine like this. It only goes to prove how superior my ancestors were.
Always rubbing it in, Tal.
Come on, Cocoa, you're a bird. Or do heights make you dizzy like Esteban?
Oh, by the way, Esteban, you wouldn't happen to have any idea where this bird is taking us?
I don't know any more than you do.
Oh, hear that? He doesn't know any more than I do. It's been like that from the beginning.
What's going to happen to us? Are we going to crash? Oh.
Can you two keep quiet for a moment? You see the condor is following the sun. We're going due west.
Big bird's following the sun?
West?
Careful, hold on. The condor is losing height.
I'd much rather he gained a little.
Yes, up.
What does it mean, Esteban? I don't know.
Move faster, you lazy dog. Search the houses, take anything made of gold. Don't waste any time. Governor Pizarro is waiting for us. Captain, what's that? Ah, a monster! Oh, run! Oh, ah! Did you see that giant bird was made of gold?
It looked as if there were children inside of it.
Go at once and report all this to Governor Pizarro.
Yes, Captain.
Do you see those lines on the ground like some kind of drawing?
Why are they here in the middle of the desert? They really do look like drawings.
What are you talking about? Human beings would never have been able to make such huge drawings.
Perhaps those lines came about naturally. Wind and water can sometimes make very strange shapes.
Nazca, Peru, Nazca.
Look, that one's a big bird.
Have you ever seen anything like it? It's really strange.
Yes, it does look just like a bird.
I don't know whether I should suggest it, but it looks like a giant condor.
That's just what it does look like.
Which means somebody did draw it.
There's another one over there, look!
And over there, a different animal. Oh, and another.
It's fantastic.
Take a look over on this side, Esteban. Come here. Our condor seems to be following these lines just in front of us.
But somehow it's as if it understood what they are.
It is following the lines precisely.
Come on, Mendoza, that's not possible. The way you talk, you'd think this bird is alive.
All I know is it's going down too quickly for me.
Landing strip.
I'd swear the condor is following a course it knows.
A course?
It's not taking any chances, Esteban. We'll be all right.
Alright, y'all, I mean, come on. Is this play? A self-navigating, pure gold condor that connects to the Nazca Peru lines. So it's all, you know, talking about this this energetic connection. This is like energetic magnetic connection between this condor and these Nazca lines of a giant condor. So all that other stuff also has, you know what I'm saying, seems like correlations between other artifacts, high-tech artifacts. I mean, you tell me. I've heard about these Nazca lines before, but I haven't correlated it with high-tech technology. So he landed right in the spot for the condor. Now you're going to look up the Nazca lines. You'll see a bunch of different animals. So do they all have representations of high-tech, pure gold, self-navigating tech?
You two heroes can get up now. It's all over.
Oh! We're safe and sound. Oh, my head is spinning round. I'm so dizzy.
Oh, and me too.
It's nothing. It's like when you've been on a ship. You get dizzy back on land. I'll take a look around.
And I want to see the big drawings up close. You coming, Zia?
Good idea. Woo.
After all's said and done, we're still dizzy. We'll stay here.
That's my brave men. What an example.
Hey, my bad.
Well, someone has to guard the the condor.
The lines are made up from piled stones.
Millions and millions of them. When the sun's low, the shadows make them easy to see.
That's why we saw them from up high.
But who on earth built these gigantic things?
To tell you the truth, I haven't any idea, but I know one thing. The condor seemed to know what it was doing. It flew straight to this place.
On the ground, you can't make them out at all.
I'm sure there must be some connection between the sun and these stones.
Electromagnetism.
Just as there was between the Solaris and the golden condor.
Certainly. Came down to Earth precisely as the sun was setting, as if it was losing its power.
Mm-hmm. So logically, it can fly again tomorrow when the sun rises.
Let's hope so. Have you got the same feeling I have? Doesn't it seem that this place was designed for the condor to come down on?
A landing place?
What's wrong with you two?
Let go my foot.
What's going on?
Golden snake, they're inside.
A golden snake, and it's alive?
They're right, it does look like a snake, but...
Careful, Tao. I'll see if I can move it. Move. Oh, the snake wasn't here before. What did you do?
Well, I sort of...
What, Sancho?
Well, Pedro said I should take the medallion of the sun.
These two idiots stole the emblem of the sun, and they've started something moving.
No,
They must have hit it trying to get it off.
I'll try and see what happens. It doesn't do anything.
What if you try lifting it up? Go on.
That's done it. Oh. The lever has disappeared.
Now I'll try to force it in.
Look, it's starting to glow.
That reminds me of something. Let me take it.
The wings!
Wings. My goodness. a real bird.
It can move to the right or to the left.
Look, even the tail of it moves.
It's just as I thought. This lever that looks like a snake controls all the movements of the golden condor. We can make it fly.
We could fly, we could make it go anywhere we like in the sky.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That's really fantastic.
High tech.
Let me pass. I have a message for His Excellency.
What is it?
Excellency, a man from Captain Lucas's company.
What does he want?
He claims to have seen a great golden bird flying in the sky.
Am I hearing you right? A golden bird?
Send him in.
You go in.
So, you say you saw a golden bird?
Yes, Excellency. The bird was bigger than one of our ships. It had the shape of a condor and flew slowly through the sky.
Condor as big as a ship and flying, is that it? Huh?
It's the truth, Excellency. All three of us saw it. Captain Lucas, too, I swear it. And on its back, it was carrying children.
There were children with it?
What wild story are you telling us? You're all gone crazy, been in the sun too long.
Just a moment.
My apology.
Are you absolutely sure that you saw it carrying children?
Yes, Excellency.
Manuel, saddle my horse immediately. I must leave here at once.
Your Excellency.
I would never have believed the story about a great golden condor if you hadn't mentioned that it was carrying children.
But Excellency, I'm afraid that I don't quite...
Esteban, Zia, and the other one, the child called Tao. He is the crafty one, devious. If those three are mixed up in this, anything is possible. But this time, I promise you, they won't get away with it.
I'm flying. It's fabulous. All of you, look at me.
What
I'm flying.
fantastic scenery.
Oh, Lucas, where's Lucas? I want to see him at once.
Who goes there? Oh, I beg your pardon, Excellency.
Well, Captain, what is this then? I have been given to understand you and your men saw a golden bird.
Yes, just before sunset. It was heading towards the Nazca Plateau.
Now I've heard everything. You know where it went, yet you stayed here?
Well, I thought it might be better to wait until daylight, spend the night here.
Ah! My army, there is no night and day. You will rouse the compound and take the horses and leave now. We'll bring back this giant condor and the children.
Yes, Excellency. Wake up! Everybody wake up!
Come here, Andreas. You will take me to the Nazca Plateau.
The plateau is not far from here.
Hi-ya! Hey!
Tell him to be quiet.
Get up quickly. Pizarro's soldiers are here.
Pizarro! Oh!
Pizarro, so.
What is it?
Don't get so excited.
Back inside the Golden Condor before they get here. Sancho, wake up! Everybody, take cover!
You cannot escape! Come out of there and surrender! You are surrounded!
What do we do now, Mendoza?
Oh, meow, 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 meow.
There's nothing we can do in this desert.
But Mendoza, we can't let Pizarro take over a great golden condor.
No matter what, we must save it.
You think getting inside the bird would save us? They'd kill us there.
Decide, surrender or we attack!
Don't shoot, we will surrender. You understand, if you want to stay alive, do as I say. All the gold in the world is no use to us if we get ourselves killed.
We must decide ourselves. What do you think? I say we follow Mendoza.
Then come on.
I don't believe my eyes. A giant golden condor.
Your Excellency honors us coming to see us in person.
I am pleased to find you again, Mendoza, and delighted to see that you have taken such good care of the children just as I ordered. As talkative as ever. Tell me, where have you found this superb bird? There must be other treasures there.
No, I assure you, Your Excellency, we found only this condor, and the city of gold has vanished.
Vanished? The city of gold? You take me for a fool, Mendoza?
But, Your Excellency, he's telling the truth. The city of gold was destroyed in a big earthquake.
Coming from you, even the truth would sound like a lie.
That's true.
All the same, whether you like it or not, in the end you will tell me where the cities of gold are. But now I would like to see if you can fly this bird through the sky.
Nothing could be easier, Your Excellency. If you'll permit me, I will show you how it flies.
Not you. Esteban will fly it for me.
But Esteban wouldn't know how to.
I don't trust you, Mendoza. You would try to escape, and I might never be able to catch you. But Esteban, I trust him. You don't come back, I will take Zia and Tao and chop off their heads.
Oh!
See, Mendoza, why I have absolute confidence in our little friend Esteban. Look at the expression on his face. Go ahead, Esteban. Show me how. Fly your golden condor.
Obey him, Esteban, otherwise he may do what he said.
But how can I?
Listen carefully. As soon as the sun begins to rise, put the medallions of the sun in their place.
But when the sun starts to rise...
Do it.
Yes, Mendoza.
Stop muttering. Captain, move the prisoners some distance away. They might be tempted to escape when the big bird starts to leave the ground.
You heard His Excellency.
Just as the sun is rising, remember?
Now it's up to you, my boy. Show us if the bird can really fly.
Yes, Excellency.
Now, listen carefully. As soon as you see the sun begin to rise, run quickly to the golden condor, but keep your eyes shut.
Shut tight.
Yes, it's very important. Keep your eyes shut and run straight ahead.
I hope everything goes all right for Esteban.
Be brave, Esteban. Be brave.
Thanks, Cocobello. I'll try to be.
Here we go.
This is it!
Come on, close your eyes and run.
Up or we shoot.
High tech.
Zia! Tao! Mendoza!
Hurry up. Get in, quick.
Oh, no. Don't let them get away. By the purple plague, take them alive. I want them alive. Go on.
We made it.
Coming.
Inside, quickly. Start flying, Esteban, as fast as you can.
I can't do that! What about the others?
You really want to fall into Pizarro's hands again? You have no choice. Take off immediately. What are you waiting for, Esteban?
I can do it! I'll try! Fly, my great bird! Fly! Save us! Please! Fly!
Will you let go of that?
Oh. Don't try to hijack us, man. Don't try to hijack us, man. You know, they be trying to get up in it, man. Trying to be jam up Joneses. We almost got to the end of that puppy. Oh, man. Hijack City. Trying to reload this joint again. Just when it was getting good. Oh, here we go.
Mendoza! Stop! Clear!
Go, Mendoza, go!
Hold on, Lewis.
I've got you now! Come back here!
Oh, they've slipped through our fingers again. You will pay for this, Mendoza, you will pay. I'll catch you yet on those confounded brats. Nobody will keep me from the cities of gold!
Gold.
Here we go, to the right.
Now try turning to the left to see if that works.
At your orders, Commander, and to the left. You realize that we've escaped again.
And better than that, we now know exactly how to fly the Golden Condor.
What a superb machine. The people of Hiva must have been very intelligent.
It means that we can fly anywhere we want in our Golden Condor. Anywhere we want. Go on, fly, my big bird.
Made it, man.
The Golden Condor carries our friends back to the high peak. But Gomez and his army attack the Incas. Can Esteban and his companions save them? Make sure you see the next episode of The Mysterious Cities of Gold.
In Peru, some 300 miles away from the capital city of Lima, is the desert plateau of Nazca. From the air, you can see quite clearly the famous Nazca lines. These extraordinary drawings traced out across the desert are said to have been made some 14 centuries ago. But their marvelous shapes weren't discovered until this century, when people first saw them from the air.
Only this century, people. Only this century.
Down on the ground, all you can see are some irregular long ditches, which might have been carved out by the wind. It's only from the air that you can decipher their shapes. 800 drawings have been found. Birds, monkeys, dolphins. Each one covers some hundreds of meters of ground.
Birds, monkeys, dolphins. Do all these have a pure gold counterpart?
There's nothing like these drawings anywhere else in the world, and one can't help wondering just why they are here, and why they were made, and who on earth made them. It's all something of a mystery. Some people think they might be some very elaborate giant calendar or star map, and it has been noticed that on Midwinter's Day, the sun sets precisely in the direction of the very longest straight line. But how could those people of so long ago measure out these lines and make them so straight? They had no sophisticated instruments. One of the straight lines is 5 miles long. How could they have seen what they were doing? They didn't have airplanes. There are some people who believe they must have been made by visitors from outer space.
Or from Heva. Love y'all, man. Keep staying up. Keep suiting up. Keep choosing up. See y'all next time in this series. We're going to keep surfing the wave. Let's go.